How best to beat all 7 waves of the new Horde mode in Daybreak. Hey, what's up guys, Irishtail here, and in today's State of Decay 2 video, I wanted to talk to you guys who have been playing the new DLC coming to State of Decay 2, which is of course the Daybreak DLC. Now for those of you guys that maybe aren't aware, this is basically just like a Horde mode, like wave defense mode for State of Decay, which is all basically just about killing zombies, protecting your small little base, and gaining prestige and items to take back into the base game. Now of course this guide here is just a basic one from things that I've done in the last few days, and basically the best way that I've found to win this game mode. So of course, you know, this is just my sort of personal experience. There are probably other ways to win it as well. This is just the way that I've found is easiest to beat the game mode. So first of all, let's talk about how not to play. So the best way that you can ruin a game and get beaten really quickly is by staying behind the walls, using your guns to shoot the zombies and not going outside of the defensive perimeter. Now this might sound really stupid, you know, to wave defense game, surely we should be, you know, behind the walls shooting the zombies, you know, keeping to the high ground, shooting the zombies, you know, not going on one-to-one with them. And, you know, in a lot of games that does make sense, but in this game mode it really isn't the best way. First of all, it means you're wasting useful ammo that could be used for juggernauts and bloaters on regular zombies, and obviously, you know, you're just going to be wasting ammo there. You're not going to get any kind of beneficial gain from it. And also, there are armoured zombies quite frequently in this game mode, so again, they're going to be taking multiple shots to the head to actually deal with, and it's just wasting your time, wasting your ammo. Okay, so how do you actually best beat this mode? Well, it might seem counterproductive like I said, but the best way to do it is to get your team and go over the defensive wall. Get past, you know, the enemy, that defensive line there, and stand outside of it on the road just in front of this wall. Now, the reason for this is because if you're behind it, again, you're wasting ammo, but also the zombies will be hitting the wall and causing regular damage to it. So when you get a zombie like a juggernaut coming through, it just means they can rinse through that wall really quickly and take a ton of health off of the walls. Now, realistically, what you want to be doing is standing in front of the walls, dragging the enemy zombies away from that so they attack you instead of the walls. Because you have to realise, you know, the Red Talon, the Cleo weapons, all that kind of stuff, they take down zombies really quickly. And this game mode doesn't penalise you for death. If your character dies, it takes 13 seconds, you can respawn, and you can be right back on the front lines with your teammates fighting again. So there is no real penalty for death here. It doesn't feel like a bad thing, you know, it doesn't feel like you should be worried about that. You just need to be out there fighting the zombies. And again, when it comes to shooting them, don't waste your time. Like I said, melee weapons take 1 to 2 shots, and they will kill a zombie pretty much instantly. What I recommend is saving, you know, your weapons for the bloaters so they don't get close, they don't poison the fighting area that you're using, and also the juggernauts, because obviously when these things come out, you need to be taking them down quickly and efficiently, as they are the biggest threat to not only your walls, but also yourself as well, because of course, you know, if they take you down, that's 13 seconds you have to wait that you could be fighting, and you know, they are definitely something to watch out for. Another very important thing to remember is ferals. Even if you are fighting outside of the walls, not all of the ferals are going to be focusing on you. Some of them will vault the walls immediately and go headlong into the technician, so you need to make sure either you take them out very quickly, you take them out when they're scaling the walls, or you shoot them when they are on the technician and take them out very quickly. Again, you don't need to waste time scaling back over the walls, just shoot in through them towards the feral and get that kill. And again, it's just something to be wary of, because I've noticed a lot of teams, they don't realise that ferals can jump the wall, the feral jumps it, then they all panic and scramble back over the wall to go and fight it, and you're like, well, that's wasting time, just shoot it and stay on this side where we can, you know, keep defending. And of course, as the waves go on, they will get more and more difficult, and Daybreak does actually help you quite a lot with this game mode. So another thing to remember is that there are Cleo drops at the end of every single round from round 2 onwards. Now to begin with, these things, you know, they're just dropping you bandages, they're dropping you, like, you know, food pickups that you can keep your stamina up, but then they start to drop you really, really high-tech and dangerous weapons that will get you through this game mode. So to start with, you'll get the Cleo pistol and the Cleo rounds. Now I know it doesn't sound like a productive idea having a pistol instead of an assault rifle, but believe you me, the pistol does a hell of a lot of damage to the zombies that it shoots against. So again, bloaters, one shot, dead. With the Juggernaut, you are faster shooting it with a Cleo pistol than you are with a regular Red Talon assault rifle. Now again, like I said, that might sound really counterproductive, you might think that's not true, but honest to God, it really is. If you're shooting a zombie, use the Cleo weapons that the game gives you, because they really are exceptionally good at dealing out damage. And later on, when you get things like the Cleo rifle, taking out a Juggernaut on your own very quickly is exceptionally easy to do. And obviously, you know, at the start of things like round 7, you'll get 3 Juggernauts from the start spawning in. And, you know, during that game mode, I managed to take out a Juggernaut pretty much instantly on my own, and that left us with 2 for my teammates to deal with, who hadn't quite realised the Cleo weapons were very good, other than a couple of, like, one other guy. But again, just having that rifle, shooting the zombie, it was so quick. So my next advice is just pick up the Cleo weapons, get ammo for them, and be prepared to just use them on the Juggernauts and bloaters, because again, they deal a hell of a lot of damage. The next thing to remember is bandages. Now this might sound really, really stupid, but make sure you save a few of the bandages that you pick up for the technician. A lot of people don't seem to realise that when the technician is damaged, you can apply a bandage to him and refill his health bar if he has taken any kind of damage. Now of course, you're playing this wave mode, there are going to be a hell of a lot of zombies, and eventually they are going to get through, they are going to actually be able to get into the technician. So yes, you need to clear up those zombies, rebuild the walls, because again, that is a key feature. Make sure when you need to rebuild a wall, you rebuild it. Don't instantly fix it when it starts to take damage. Wait until it starts to look a little bit more decrepit and then repair it. As again, I've noticed players doing that. They waste those wall repairs and they basically just throw them away on like a slight bit of damage that could actually be, a lot better used slightly later on in the game. But as I said, basically, when the technician is being attacked, yes, defend him, pull back to him a few of your players, keep the defense up on him, and then once he is clear of zombies, you can actually apply a bandage to him and repair his health. Refill it back up, and again, it doesn't have to be like when he's taken a little bit of damage. Wait until he's taken a marginal chunk of damage first, because again, the bandages, like the wall repair kits, do quite a lot of repairs, quite a lot of health regen, and again, it's not worth wasting it on just a small little bit of health. Wait until he really, really needs it. Another thing to basically avoid in this game mode is having players split up on the way the walls are built. So of course, when you have it, you have, 4 players. Make sure you have 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Both of them in front of the wall. Do not do it like I've seen some teams where they have one person on the wall shooting and then another person on the ground fighting, because again, you're just not going to pull enough zombies, you're not going to be able to fight them. And similarly, also, make sure that you don't have one person on one side and 3 on the other. Unless you peel off specifically to take out a Juggernaut, there is no reason to have one person on one side at any given time. And even if there is a Juggernaut, when you're using the Cleo weapons, realistically, you don't even need 2 people, 3 people over there. 2 should be able to deal with it quite happily, quite easily on their own. So, it's one of those things, again, it's just worth taking a note for. Make sure you're splitting your team well. The 2-and-2 defense is probably the best. If, a zombie does sort of happen to get through your defenses and you notice him towards the enemy team, towards your teammate's wall, don't bother running over there, just pull out your pistol and shoot them, take like that one shot, because at the end of the day, it's quicker than having to run over there and run back. So yeah, those are just a quick few little help guides here and there for you. I do just want to also point out, if you are fighting a Juggernaut and a teammate manages to jump onto them and do the insta-kill, do not waste your time shooting that Juggernaut, meleeing that Juggernaut, because it is already dead. There are other priorities in the map that you can fight, and it just wastes time for the teammate who is then mounted the Juggernaut who's getting that kill, and it also wastes time for yourself and ammo, because you're just desperate to try and get that kill. At the end of the Daybreak game mode, all of the kills are added up together as a team. It's not individual based scoring, it is based on teammates on your full team progression, not on your individual progression. So don't waste time with killing someone else's Juggernaut, just let them get the kill. It really doesn't affect you that much as a team, and again, it just saves you all the ammo and time that you waste in trying to kill the Juggernaut first, because realistically there is no actual benefit to it that is worth taking over the time to defend. Beyond that though guys, those are just a quick few little starter guides. Also another thing to remember is you do have explosives, mine layers, all sorts of other useful bits of gear coming out from the Cleo drops. Again, just keep using them as you see fit. One of the great things I did at the start of round 7, which is the one with the Juggernaut spawns, is using the automatic mine deployer. Again, it just makes this like the pushing a little bit harder from the enemy team. Make sure you're always spending all 4 of your teammates outside of the walls. If you have teammates inside the walls, it really isn't worth it. It really doesn't help, and they're not going to be a benefit to your team in the slightest. As I said, remember the weapons do kill zombies very, very quickly. There is no reason to waste ammo on a regular zombie that you can pretty much one-shot, one-kill on a regular basis. Of course, with the armoured zombies, if you can get behind them, grab them and assassinate them, that again is a very quick kill for them. It takes literally like 2 seconds, and it's even faster than meleeing them and taking their helmet off before you kill them. But again, these are just things that will come with time. The best recommendation I can have is make sure you've got a team that know what they're doing, because again, I've played with teams that don't know what they're doing, have people behind the walls, and it just falls apart so quickly. And when the zombies get in, you see these teams fluster and panic, and you're just like, this is going to be game over, and it's not worth the time it takes, you know, to try and get in and fix the situation. But those are just my little thoughts and guides on Daybreak. Obviously, you know, I will also be doing a little bit of a guide in my opinions on the new base facilities, and obviously all the new equipment once I've unlocked it all. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you didn't, the dislike button is just there. For anyone interested, I do actually have a merch store that I've launched. The link to that which is in the description below. I also have a link to my Twitter and Twitch page where I stream on a regular basis. It is mainly Siege, but I may be convinced to do a little bit of State of Decay 2 here and there, depending on the viewers. Obviously, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys supporting me. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.